Hello guys, it's Tanvir here. Today I want to teach you the binary search algorithm we used to use in fundamental of algorithm subject. It's a very intuitive and very interactive algorithm. This code is taken from the Interactive Python Organization website, and it's very interactive. They made it. I'll just teach you how this algorithm works here. This is the Python coding here. This is the Python coding here. And in the first step, when we just run the code, it will make a list. It will make this list with the name of test list is equal to and have some contents 0, 1, 2, 8, 13, and so on. And these contents are in ascending order. For binary search, we always use ascending order first. In the next it will go to the next step, and when it will call the method binary search and take two arguments, it will definitely go to the particular method mean function that is already defined at the top of the coding binary search, and takes two arguments here, a list and item. We have already given a list to this method with the name of test list, which contain all these contents, and we have given them third item to search out. And you can see in the frame here we have binary search as a first object, and the second is a test list that is here, you can see. And in the next step it will go to the definition of the method, and it has item value with a value of 3 and a list, and a list has these contents. Next it will run the next line of the method, and it will assign 0 to the variable first is here. And second, it will just take the length of the list, that is already 9. If you count these numbers, these are 9, but our actual index, last index, so we need to find out in this variable, so we have to subtract 1. So the variable last has the value 8. So you can watch here that item contains the value 3. First variable contain the value 0. The second variable, last variable, contain the value 8. So first mean the first index of the list, whereas last mean the last index of the list. And then we have a variable false, which has value false. It contains only two values. Found contain only two values, that is false or true. Now we'll run the algorithm that starts from here, it ends here. What happens one by one? Let's go forward. When while operation will start, it will check this condition, that if the first is lesser than last, in our case first is 0 and last is 8, definitely this is a true condition. And found is not mean found is false, so continue this. So we'll continue this. If found is these two conditions are okay, we'll continue the loop, otherwise this loop will be stopped. So in this case both conditions are fulfilled, so this loop will continue to the next line. And now in this case it will add two variables, first plus last, and these are 0 plus 8 and divided by 2, so it will give you the value of the midpoint of the list, and that is 4. So now we have if we run this and assign the value to the midpoint, now we have another variable named midpoint which has value 4. Now it will go to the next, and this if condition will start. If a list midpoint, mean midpoint of the list 4, so list midpoint is 4, is here 13, the value is 13, is lesser than the item value we have already given in the binary search, and that is 3. So if this value is less equal to this value, mean midpoint value, and that is a 13, this value, then this found must be true. It's got so make the value of the found true. Otherwise, you have to go. You have to continue code. Let's go further. In this case, this value is not true, so it will go to the else condition. And here we have another condition that if item, mean that's value is 3, is lesser than the value of the midpoint, mean value of the midpoint 13, then what we have to do, we have to change the value of the last. So it will change the value of the last, and value of the last is already 8, so it will now change to the midpoint minus 3, so it will be 3. Now for again this condition is done already, this loop is done, so return the found. So it will not end, loop will not end, it will go back to the while condition again and check it out. In the while condition, now value of the first is 0, value of the last is 3, that is not lesser than this, so this condition so this is lesser than this condition is true. And now not found, mean the value of found is false already, this condition is true as well, so this loop will continue again, and here we will take the midpoint again, and the midpoint algorithm is first plus last, so 0 plus 3 divided by 2, that is equal to 1, because we are using integer, not floating point in this case. So now midpoint value will be changed into 1. If a list, now this condition will start here, if the list, mean midpoint of the list is now 1, so value of 1 is 1 is equal to item, so this condition is false. Now it's not equal to item because item value is now 3, else, so this value is not true, so it will go to the else condition. In else condition, it will check this value. If item, mean the value of item is 3, is lesser than a list midpoint is 1, so 1 is here, so this is not true condition because item value is 3 and this is 1, so this is not true, it will go to this place. So first must be changed. In this case we have midpoint 1 plus 1, so value of the first will be changed, and that, sorry for that, 1 second, I have to let me check. Forward, okay, I have to go. 1 second. Forward, 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 forward. Alright, we were last time at the midpoint 1, and we will reach here that the value of the first will be changed, so midpoint plus 1, the midpoint value is already 1 plus 1, the value of the first will be changed to 2. So now our value of the first is 2 and last is 3. Okay, and in this case first is lesser than last, so this is true, it will continue. Midpoint is what? First is 2, last is 3, so 3 plus 2, 5 divided by 2, so it must be 2, so midpoint will be changed to 2. He is here, so our midpoint is here now, this one, this 2 index, and now midpoint is 2, so 2 value of 2 is index 2 is 2 is equal to item is 3, so this condition is false, so it must go to the else place. So in the else, let's go, if the value of the item is 3 is lesser than the midpoint list, so midpoint list is 2, so 3 is lesser than 2, this condition is false, so it will go here, this place. Okay, now in this case midpoint is what? Midpoint is 2 plus 1, 3, so value of the first will be changed into 3. So now we have value of the item 3, value of the first 3, value of the last 3, and in this case first is equal to lesser than last. Yes, this condition is true, and found not found, and value of the found is false. Yes, so this loop will continue. Midpoint is what? First is 3, last is item first 3, item last is 3, so 3 plus 3 is 6, divided by 2 is midpoint is 3. So value of the midpoint will be 3, item 3, first 3, last 3. Now in this case earliest midpoint is what? Earliest midpoint is 3. Oh, index 3 has value 8 is equal to the item, so this condition is false. It will go here. If item is 3 lesser than a list midpoint is 3, 8. Yes, we agree with this. In this case this last will be changed, and that is midpoint 3 minus 1, 2, so last will be converted into 2. Now we have value of the first is 3 and last is 2. Now found value, the loop will be stopped because value of the first is lesser than 3 and value of last is 2, and this condition is not matching, so this is not true, so this loop will be stopped and it will return the found value, and found value is what? False. Yes. Now midpoint is 3, first is 3, last is 3, first is 3, item is 3, last is 2, so return value will be false. Now in the second, in the continuing binary search, it will go to the next step, and it will take again the list and the value 13. Continue. There was no value 3 in the list, so this list will give you the value not found. Let's go to the next step. We have the list already here, and we have to search value 13, that in this list it contains 13, so it must be true. Let's continue. In this case again we will run the list, first value, last value, found, and continue loop. Yes, again the same way it will go, and in the very first it will found that we have return value true, so found will be true, and it will return the value true, and we contains the value 13. And that was a binary search for this one. I guess you like this, and you subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you and have a nice time.